Good morning everyone. Match 26 of the 1979 Cricket World Cup being played here in Sri Lanka on Brian Lava Cricket on PlayStation was played today. It's Australia versus Ireland. Not that much riding on the game other than where the teams will finish. Ireland and Australia both already through to the quarterfinals, and this is what happened at Colombo today. Ireland won the toss on a hard pitch. And elected to bat first. It's all blurry again. Let's see whether it improves. Yeah, Ireland won the toss, selected to bat first on a hard surface, and Australia. Well, it was a weird start. Rodney Hogg took a wicket with the first ball, but then he got whacked all over the park. He only bowled 2 overs for 26 runs for 1 wicket. As you have a look, and they were going at nearly 5 or 6 and over. They were going at 10 over at one. They were going about 7 and over at one stage, but then 3 wickets and 8 balls from Alan Hurst really put Ireland back, and they were all out for 105, the lowest total of this World Cup. As you can see at the top, Glenn Royce was out first ball for a duck. There was 19 for Christopher Chappell, 26 for Franklin Dennis, 8 for Tariq Javed. Charlie Bakash, his second match, he was out for a duck. He's not had a good 2 matches. Surely he won't play in the quarter-final. 29 for John Vaughan. Brian Mercer at 5. 2 for Gian Patel. Robert Kanda, a duck. 5 not out for Cornelius Henry. And 0 for John Valentine. Like I said, it was 50 for 1 from about 8 overs. And then 3 wickets and 8 balls from Alan Hurst. Completely turned the game around, and they were all out in just 28.1 overs. 17 for 2 for Gary Cozier, 13 for 2 for Graham Porter, 5 for 21 for Alan Hurst, the third 5-wicket haul by an Australian bowler in World Cup cricket, joining the likes of Dennis Lillee and Gary Gilmore. 1 for 26 for Rodney Hogg. He was very expensive, and no wicket for 17 for Jeff Dimmock. Match didn't last that long, but it was not the most convincing in shot. There was a couple of really weak shots by the Australian bowlers. They won in 18.2 overs. 25 for Andrew Hurich, 12 for Rick Darling, who continues his woeful form. Alan Border played a poor shot and was really livid with himself, out for 16. A duck for Graham Yallop as well. Some really loose strokes there. 56 for 4, you're thinking Ireland may have a little chance. They didn't give up, the Irish bowlers. 12 not out though for Gary Cozier, who's had a pretty good match, and 37 for the captain King Hughes off just 29 deliveries, getting himself back into form. 106 for 4, 18.1 overs. Cornelius Henry still continuing his good tournament, 2 for 24. He's got 9 wickets in the competition now. He really has had a tremendous tournament. He's either got 9 or 10 wickets. I'll look back at the previous video involving Ireland. 1 for 25 for John Valentine. John Vaughan, 18, the other wicket take, 18 for 0. 20 for 0 for Jihara Patel, and 16 for 0 for Robert Kanda. The final outcome, a comprehensive win for Australia. Ireland won the toss, selected the bat. They started off well, and then they just completely folded to Alan Hurst. All out for 105, the lowest. Ireland all out for 105, the lowest total in this World Cup. Australia chased runs relatively comfortably in just 18.1 overs, but they lost 4 wickets, 106 for 4. Australia winning by 6 wickets. Man of the match, no surprise, for his 5 for 21 off 8 overs, Alan Hurst of Australia. But yet again, another unconvincing performance from Australia, especially with a bat. Probably would feel that they should have won that much more comfortably. This is what it means. Up to second in the table now, so realistically, if West Indies beat New Zealand, then Australia are guaranteed to finish second in the group and would play probably either Sri Lanka or Pakistan. Ireland can't finish no longer. Ireland can only finish 4th in the table now. They've played all their 5 games, so they are going to be playing in the first quarter-final. If England beat Pakistan tomorrow in tomorrow's match, it'll be England versus Ireland in the first quarter-final. If England beat Pakistan tomorrow, it'll be England versus Ireland in the first quarter-final. But Ireland, Australia are now second in the group, and they know pretty much. We know if West Indies were to continue their winning run against New Zealand, West Indies would finish top, Australia finish second, unless they had a disastrous run rate, unless they had a disastrous defeat against the Rebel South African 11, or the run rate really went down. Tomorrow's match, as expected, England versus Pakistan. The winners of that match will probably end up at the top of the group, will end up winning the group, I would imagine. If England win, it guarantees them a full 100% record and a quarter-final against Ireland. Tournament really starting to take shape now as we approach the final 4 games of the tournament. But let's have a look at the star players. As you see, Alan Hurst has had a great game today, and as you can see, Alan Hurst has had a very good game today, so we'll be looking to try and see what he can do here. A very quick innings from Finney. Down to 38 now. Andrew Hilditch, 153 runs in 4 innings. Got a quick 25, but then got out. Alan Hurst, 12 wickets in 4 matches, an average of 13. So he's one behind the leading wicket taker, who is, as we will double check, Mohinder Amarnath, who's got 13 wickets in the tournament. So yeah, it's looking a little bit better. Australia's bowling looks like they've started to hit the form of the ball. They, although they didn't start off well against Rhodesia in their last match, but their batting, even though they batted really well in the run chase, I think they won in 38 overs against the Rhodesians. Today, I mean, they just really struggled and played some loose shots. And even though they chased it in 116 overs, for them to lose 4 wickets is disappointing. But Ireland have been really good with the ball. I mean, West Indies, it took them 30 overs to get 140, and they lost 3 wickets as well. So Ireland, not surprisingly, have done this before, but Ireland will finish 4th in Group 2. If England beat Pakistan tomorrow, we know that it'll be England versus Ireland in the first quarter-final in this World Cup here. So for tomorrow's match between England and Pakistan, this is me, Lawrence Howard, reported on the 1979 Cricket World Cup being played here in Sri Lanka, and it's goodbye from me.